So come then, you heroes. Come in all your power and glory. For in the final hour, all must serve the one true King.
I'm J. Allen Brack. I'm a senior producer on World of Warcraft. We're here at Blizzcon 07 in Anaheim, California, Anaheim Convention Center, and we're showing off the new expansion that was just announced today, which is called Wrath of the Lich King. Has a lot of exciting features for the next expansion, for the next generation of World of Warcraft players. So the big features are obviously the Death Knight, which is a hero class that players can unlock at level 80. Death Knight combines kind of tanking and damage dealing, and is actually going to be the first hero class, which right now means that it won't start at level 1. You won't be able to start at level 1 Death Knight. You'll be able to start at level 50 or level 60 Death Knight as part of this unlocking process. Raising level cap to 80. An entirely new continent of Northrend, which will be new zones, new items, new dungeons, new adventures for players, new profession, inscription, which is basically like enchanting for your spells, so you'll be able to increase the crit chance of backstab in order to make it more effective, or learn the secrets of arcane magic in order to increase the amount of power arcane missiles do. And then lastly, on the PvP front, we've got big upgrades with regard to stuff called destructible buildings and siege weapons. So the idea behind this is you can create a siege weapon or defend a particular building, capture objectives, things like that. Let's talk about how the Death Knight is going to work a little bit. So the Death Knight is going to have a new resource mechanic that is called Rune Inscription. And you'll basically inscribe these runes onto your weapon as a Death Knight. And they'll match to one of various schools of magic or energy. And based on the runes that you've inscribed, that will affect the cost and the abilities that you can actually perform. So certain tanking abilities may rely on certain types of blood runes. Certain types of damage dealing runes may rely more on you having more frost runes that are available. And so the combination of runes that you ascribe will determine the ability cost, ability power, things of this nature. So what we're thinking right now in terms of the hero class unlocking is at level 80, there'll be a quest chain that you can go on, and that'll basically be you working to help free a Death Knight from the control of Arthas. And at the conclusion of that quest chain, then you will have freed this particular Death Knight from the control of Arthas. You'll then be able to create an actual Death Knight who'll start at level 50, level 60, something like that. And you'll be able to play that just as one of your alts. Every class will get new spells and abilities from level 70 to 80, just like they did with Burning Crusade. That hasn't changed. One of the big features of the new expansion is unlocking the continent of Northrend. Northrend is a large continental mass that lore players should be familiar with. It's kind of north of Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms. And players will have the option of entering either Howling Fjord or Borean Tundra as kind of two zones on the opposite side of Northrend to kind of start their adventures. So we haven't decided, or we haven't worked out exactly how the flying mounts are going to work with Northrend. One of the things that we recognize is that it's really important for navigation to get a sense of the land that you not have your flying mount. So when you get to Northrend, your flying mount's not going to work. But at some point in the future, we'll have some way for your flying mount to work. And of course, we'll be introducing new flying mounts and new ground mounts with the new expansion. We are players of the game as well, right? So we're always interested, we're in hearing the player feedback because we always experience the same problems that they do. We're no different. PvP was very successful in Burning Crusade, and we had all these different mini games, but that meant that there was a different mechanic that players had to learn in every single zone. And for Wrath of the Lich King, we're actually consolidating all the mechanics into a single exterior zone called Lake Wintergrass. The idea behind this zone is it's a PvP zone that has all the PvP mechanics that we've kind of invented for Wrath of the Lich King. And so once you know those mechanics, you know how to be successful, you can go in and join them anytime.